and sees an inspiration and sees you can achieve it and you can do it. I want to congratulate John and Stephen. After a day's teaching, it's kind of hard sometimes to go down to the hall and think what am I going to do, but it's all paid off and well done. We were complimented today. We stopped off in Cavan at the petrol station. We were complimented. The staff there, your students are accredited. We went up to the arena and the other team booed us every time we went up on the free throw line. And Basketball Ireland officials came over and said your students are accredited, that they had the manners and respect for both teams out in the court. So well done, supporters. I hope that you take something from today, and I hope you always remember it. It's absolutely fantastic. Well done.
Nothing prepared. Let us see the supporters, and I've already downloaded the match report from the internet. It's on that pillar over there, and it actually mentions the supporters. It mentions the great support that the school has, and I think it definitely means a lot in a tight game that you have your supporters behind you, and it showed today that you carried the boys over the line, and you all deserve a round of applause. Well, now as we find out what it was like in the school and what it was like on the sidelines, we're going to find out what it was like on court. I'm going to ask Captain Braden down.
First of all, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming and supporting, because it really counted as an extra player and really made a difference. And I'd like to thank Mr. Doherty and Mr. Kuhn for putting together such a great congratulations for us. Especially I'd like to thank Kay in the office who organised all our accommodation and everyone away, and Kevin Byrne and the players and the lads for training hard all year. And I'd just like to say thanks to all of you. A lot of the credit goes out to Mr. Kennedy, who has seen us through all year and who's brought this team up from Division C, and we're in there, and I don't think we could have done without him. And Stephen Carty as well, as always.
Thanks, Braden. But I don't think he really told us what it was like at the end there. Back up here. Have to tell us what was going through your head in the last minutes.
Well, I'm not really, but just for the chance to win the game, and we take it any time, just to win by 1 or by 20, it doesn't matter, we win and win. So.
Thanks very much, Steve. And obviously the next step is to see what was going through the coach's head. So we'll ask Mr. Kennedy up here to say a few words.
Thanks very much, guys. Greatly appreciate the homecoming. Things like this makes this sport a real joy to be involved in. But the one thing, those people who were there, they really cherished the occasion, and I think really appeals in significance in relation to the amount of effort and work that these guys have put in all year. We started off with a loss the very first game against the Athletes in the Cup, and by 2 or 3 points. And from then on, I'm sort of poignant in the sense that we're in the school 11 years, 11 games later, we're all out of the champions. So it was hugely significant today that these guys go through massive efforts in quarterfinals and semi-finals, and literally brushed aside lots of very high-end teams, teams with big traditions, etc. Watched them aside by 15, 20, 25, and even 35 points in games, and then played today. We never really got into a rhythm today, believe it or not, and yet the real outstanding character of the team, I think, is their ability to grind out a result with a certain amount of character and determination that I haven't witnessed in teams that I've coached for a long time. And I suppose to a large extent, people would say that it's a sort of mental strength or mental toughness. And anybody who said that they would understand what I mean by that. They were not competing. And I said to the framework with 40 seconds ago, 47 seconds ago, I said, look, there's a lifetime left in this game at the end of time. We'll take it by a point if it comes to that, but let's just take it. And then somebody like Niall was alluded to, and Eamon McGrath step up and they shoot free throws under enormous pressure. And then, like Sabrina McGowan, is crazy release, switches over the and that's what the sport's about. It was absolutely fantastic. They're a credit to themselves. They're a fantastic bunch of guys to coach, and you wouldn't think to us to Brian that he's that shy. He's not really. And you just look carefully, they spent the last night, the good part of the night, red sticks into the hair. Every single one of them have it. I was just hoping that sort of bedrooms and stuff like that wouldn't be covered in red dye. But their commitment to this team scenario has been fantastic. And that's really what's driving them through. And, you know, the only thing that Ms. Mali has sort of alluded to about, you know, inspiration for other people. Well, to me, they're inspiration for me. I've been involved with for a long time, and they've been outstanding. But they should also be an inspiration for everybody out there who wants to play basketball, or who's currently playing basketball, to work harder, to get better, to contribute to the team, and to be more competitive at a higher level. And I suppose to a certain extent, they're a fantastic reflection on you, the parents, on our community in Ballyshannon, because as Brendan says, there's lots of negativity about young kids and stuff in the schools. Well, I can tell you this, I'll go anywhere with these guys, and I trust them any day of my life. And I mentioned parents about guys coming to play with senior teams as well. Exactly the same. I feel exactly the same for them. Look at the fantastic group of kids. A lot of them that play ball here are well worth giving a huge round of applause to, because they deserve every minute. About shooting, he said, I can't shoot. He drilled the three-pointer today. Finally, just to finish up, thanks very much for the welcome home. I'm not going to start thanking a whole lot of people, because we'll do that individually. There's too many, and I'm sure you leave people out. But I know that everybody left behind today did a huge effort to try to get the place looking like this for All Ireland champions coming home. And they are, remember, All Ireland champions at B level. Our next scalp is A, and we will be after it, let me assure you of that. But lastly, before I finish on basketball, Ballyshannon has no boys or men's basketball club at present, and it's sinful. Because I know, off the top of my head, I could list player after player, coach after coach, who's out in the community there, and these guys just need somebody to take them on board to play in-house in Ballyshannon, to represent the Ballyshannon community. And I know there'll be a coach there who will look at that, because there's senior boys here, there's under 16 boys, there's second year boys and first year boys. All they need is to get into a club, develop a game, it'll continue to grow, and it'll get other people involved in sport. And we talk about, you know, recessions and tough times and everything else. Nothing better than spending your time in basketball, playing sport of some kind. I would ask somebody's out there, look, if you think of a few hours to spend, would you take one of these teams on board, set up the club and get it running? There's already a ladies team there, it wouldn't need that much more work. It needs volunteers, and that's the tough thing about sport, it does need volunteers. But look, let me assure you this, the amount of satisfaction and I say joy that you get out of it at the end is just way outweighing any other things that you put into it in that respect. It's overwhelming, and I'll be just delighted that somebody would do that. Okay? Thanks very much for your time.
Okay, just want to finish off thanking a few people. I want to thank all our guests. head boy and girl, Rory Carey, Jim Keown, chairperson of the Parents Association, Brendan Travers, Town Council Mayor, Seamus O'Neill, representative for the Board of Management. We also want to thank everybody that's turned up to welcome the team back. I know after a long day and a tough game, there's nothing nicer than walking into your own people and getting a good welcome back. And I think you all deserve another round of applause for that. I also want to thank all the students and the staff who spent all afternoon setting the place up and getting ready for the team coming back. And I know there was a lot of work done, and as I say, there was a lot of effort put in by a lot of people here this afternoon. I just want to thank them. We also want to thank the dance group that put on the half-time display. I know it couldn't have been an all-out final without this group. As I say, 2 years ago they put on a spectacular show at half-time, and it really made a difference to the boys that day. Because our boys were more focused coming out in the second half, and I think the other team were a bit distracted. But I must say, well done, girls, and deserve a round of applause for that. And lastly, we want to finish off with a big thank you to the team, to the coaches, for all the effort they have put in. And as Miss O'Malley's already said, these boys did not just win this final today. It has been going on for the last few years. And I know the days that I'm down there all morning and you're leaving and you're coming up to try and get about lunch and the boys are hassling you to get into the hall. They have the commitment and dedication. They're out there practicing on their own. They're practicing their shooting. You go down, they're playing 3-on-3. And as John has already said, you can trust these boys with anything. And I have absolutely no problem. These boys go in and it's a serious training that goes on, no lesson. And they have been focused on this all year and they thoroughly deserve it. Give them a big cheer around.